Hey y'all, it's your girl Cheyenne. This is episode 3 of Shy Speaks. If you came this far, girl, you the GOAT. You A1, you all that period, okay? So, in today's episode, what we gonna be talking about is if I could talk to my younger self, what would I say?
Came here to let y'all know.
So, I'm 26 right now. I live in Chicago. I feel like I got to a certain age where I felt like it's time for me to branch off and do something that's out the box, something that's gonna stir the pot. You feel me? I feel like growing up as a creative, I've always did stuff out the box. I've always been the person that's not the same as the normal person and what they do. So, if I could tell my younger self something, I would tell her, stop worrying about what everybody else got to say, girl. Do what you want to do. Stop focusing on these little boys. They booty stank anyway, okay? And they don't wash it. No, for real, y'all. That's random, but no, for real. I just feel like growing up as a girl, we like boys, If you are, in that community that like men, like me, I like men. That's my, I guess, my sexuality. What I like. I like men. I like a very masculine, dominant man. That is that. So basically, what I'm really trying to say is, I feel like we are so hard on ourselves when it comes to growing and trying to achieve the things that we want to achieve because we feel like we don't have time. And when I tell you, time is of the essence, but what you have to understand is if you don't do nothing with your time, it's going to get wasted anyway. Like, how many of you guys wake up every day and tell yourself what you're going to do, but never do it? I feel like it's disrespectful to yourself and to whatever you said you're going to do when it was a lie. How about you wake up one day and you really do what you want to do? I bet for a fact you will see a large outcome. And I'm not kidding. Like, I told myself I wanted to start a podcast, and guess what I did? I'm on my podcast on episode 3. You got to be so realistic with yourself that whatever you say that you're going to do and you don't do it, and when you don't do it, you disrespecting yourself, it makes you upset. Like, literally, I told myself, I'm dropping my first episode of my podcast this month. And if I don't, I'm gonna be extremely mad. And guess what, babes? I'm on episode 3. This episode might be posted the first week of June. But that goes to show. Y'all be talking about how y'all gonna do this. I'm gonna start a podcast. I'm gonna start this. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. But what's really stopping y'all? Like, is it the fear of messing up? Is it the fear of not being perfect? Let me tell you something. Nobody's perfect out here. Listen, when you cut out the when you cut out the narrative of thinking that things that people create is perfect, you gonna understand that everything that you create for yourself is for you. Just like how I got up and I got dressed, did my hair, did my little miscellaneous things as the woman that I am before I started this episode. It's that. What's your definition of perfect? Anything that is you, that you create and that you start is perfect for you. Don't always look at the community. Don't worry about them, okay? Because that's only comparison. Comparison is what they say, comparison is the enemy of joy. Yes, comparison is the enemy of joy because when you start comparing yourself to somebody else, of course you're not going to be like them because they have their own source of how they do things, how they mold and maneuver around the world. You're your own person. Create what you want to create. Yeah, I created my podcast and I'm in my room. Literally in my bedroom. I have a wide space. I put pictures on the wall that I got from Tumu. One of these came from the basement. I think it's my OG picture, but she let me put it on the wall. You got to use what you got to get where you need to be. Because, come on now. Life ain't what it really seem, okay? We ain't no celebrities and we not rich. We gonna be wealthy, though, okay? Clock that T is coming. It's gonna take a little minute, and you gotta have patience. But what I'm really trying to say is you have to take use of your environment. You got to take use of what you have going on right now, you know? Don't wake up every day thinking or making an excuse about why you can't do this and why you can't do that. It's so many people that complain about the normal things that people complain about. Let's talk about it. What they complain about: going to the gym, I don't have time. Meal prepping, I don't have time. So you rather not go to the gym and have bad health, injuries, bruises, scars because you couldn't take an hour or 45 minutes out your day to exercise, and you're saying you don't have time. But you got time to get on YouTube, you got time to get on Instagram, you got time to get on Facebook. What's really their excuse? You're their excuse. And that's an excuse right in itself, okay? I don't like that. So people just have too many excuses, but not enough actions. I don't like being around people who don't have actions and just talk. You could tell me anything. What you gonna show me? Come on now, what you gonna show me? Okay. Um, I don't have a lot of friends, and when I say friends, when I say the word friends, that translates to family. Like I like to have people around that I can actually bring around my family. Like if anything was to go down, like and it was an emergency, they can call on you or they know where you have to go to. You know what I'm saying? I don't need people around me just to have a quantity of people. What is that gonna do for me? Look good? All them people could be fake, okay? You feel me? It take a little bit to get close to me, I ain't gonna lie. You know, I'm a Cancer. I'm in a shell, you know. But I know my worth. I know the type of friends that I want, and I know the people that I like around me. You know, if I'm around you, I mess with you. You feel me? Now, if I call you every day, that's a different level of connection. Now, if I see you a lot, you damn that family, man. Come on now, you know, come on. Let's really get into it, you know. But let's not get off topic. Y'all know I do it all the time. But that's just what y'all used to at this point. But another thing that I would say to my younger self is don't be so hard on yourself when it comes to learning new things, meeting new people, and letting things do what they got to do. Because with learning new things, you have to have patience. And if you don't have patience, you're never going to be able to achieve what you want to achieve. Consistency, consistency, consistency is a key to anything. Y'all, as y'all can tell, I have a fan base. You know, I never knew I created a fan base until I had a fan base. Like I'm gonna be so for real. I didn't know I was doing that, but I showed up every day. I was consistent. I posted videos. I posted pictures, and I just showed up as who I was. I showed up as the person that I was, and the little girl that I was growing up to be, and growing into the woman that I became today. It all aligned. You know, you got to start somewhere. You can't always talk about what you're gonna do and then you don't do it. That's a major excuse that a lot of people have, and they don't execute. Talking about it is cool. It sounds good. You could tell me anything you want to hear, but if you're not executing what you need to execute and actually talk about it, actually do it, you're just talking about it. Like, and you don't want to be that person that wakes up one day and your idea that you had in your head is a viral topic. It's a viral trend that someone else thought about, and now you're mad. What took you so long to execute the problem? What took you so long to execute what you want to do to figure it out and make it possible for the world to see? You can do anything you want in this world. You can wear anything you want to wear. Literally, you have free will. I want this hairstyle, so I got it. I wanted to wear this, so I got it. I wanted to start a podcast, I got it. It's so much you can do in this world that people don't take advantage of, that most people can't even do in other countries. It should be legal because they look at us and they probably like, oh, I wish I could do that. They could do it if they had the equipment. You got the equipment, it's right in your hand. You got the money for it, and even if you ain't got the money for it, you know somebody who got it. Ask them, can you borrow it? You know, ask them, can you pay? Pay for their time, pay for their equipment for a couple hours. I don't think people feel like investing into something that you want is worth it because they don't care enough about it. If you feel like you really want something and you don't invest into it, you don't want it enough. Because trust me, with this content creation stuff and things that I do, investment. This mic, investment. This camera I'm recording on, investment. The ring light behind it is an investment. The tripod that's holding the camera is an investment. You know, for a long time, I feel like I can cheat my way through, becoming what I want to become without spending a lot of money. But if anything, you're cheating yourself when you don't invest into what you really want to do. And I'm not going to lie to y'all, like, it hurts more because it's like quality over quantity is really the key. Like, I'm not even playing with y'all. Like, once I started upping my quality of items, my mics, my cameras, my ring lights, it just went all the way up. But y'all know me. I don't know if y'all know me, but if y'all should know, I'm gonna let y'all know something if y'all don't know me. I started recording videos on a webcam when I first started doing like videos on YouTube. And I say 13 years ago. I didn't know nothing about what I was doing, but I knew what I liked to do. I didn't know the type of plan that I had, but everything aligns with everything that it needs to align with, in return, So as I get older, I started doing my research. I didn't buy any ebooks. There was no point in me buying ebooks. I'd rather be Miss Google, Miss ChatGPT, Miss Research, Miss Go to the library, grab a book, Miss Smarty. Because it's just like, why pay for information that you can get for free on Google? That you can get for free reading a book? That you can get for free by just asking people who have it. Sometimes they may not tell you what they have, but if you do more research and then you inspired to see what they got going on with their craft, you're gonna figure it out. Everything comes with a price, even if you feel like you ain't got to pay for it. Your time, you think it's priceless? It's not free. So when it comes to stuff like that, use your time wisely. Use what you need to do with that time. You got some time, stop scrolling on Facebook, stop scrolling on Instagram. Girl, get into your craft, get into your bag. You said you want to do this, right? So what you waiting on? I'm just really confused because I'm 26. I believe I started making videos. Well, I've been started making videos when I was younger, but I say when I really got into my content bag was about 3-4 years ago. It takes time, but girl, trust me, the time flies, okay? As many hours that you will be spending editing these videos, it's gonna be next week. It's gonna be the next day. It's gonna be the next morning. I put on my manifestation board. What it say right there? It say long nights and early mornings. It'll pay off. So would you rather sacrifice giving most of your time to a 9 to 5, or would you sacrifice giving that all to you, building your craft with people behind you that really know who you are? The choice is in your hands. You can do both. It's possible, but you just got to understand that when it comes to doing things that normal people don't do out here, excuse me, when it comes to doing stuff out here that people feel like isn't, I guess, worthy in their eyes, don't listen to them people. Don't listen to them. People that have never been where you've been cannot see what you see. Okay? All they see is clocking in and clocking out. They SpongeBob and Squidward out here, okay? Now, I'm not saying quit your 9 to 5. Now, I'm not saying jump all into it. But make sure what you really want to do is what you really want to do, because at the end of the day, that's going to be you putting your money into your craft, okay? There's not going to be anyone there to save you. There's not going to be anyone there to tell you to post or anything or stuff like that. If anything, the only thing a person that should be telling you is, I see you posting these videos, I'll be interacting, I'll be commenting, I'll be doing all of that. For a person to not be speaking about you, that means you ain't doing something right. I want y'all always to be talking about me. It keeps the algorithm going. Yes, talk about me, share me, show me to your friends, follow me, do this, subscribe, all of that. Everything is all a strategy. In my opinion, it's a strategy. Everything in life, like, I don't know, I look at life in a different way. I look at life in a different form. When it comes to shopping, people that sell things, people that create schools, people that create products like Apple products, they had a strategy. They started with iPhones. Well, no, they probably didn't start with iPhones. They probably started with something else, but I'm a little bit too young to know that. I was born in 98, But for example, iPhones, MacBooks, Apple Watches, Beats, all of that. They started with one thing and they kept going over and over and over, and they kept it consistent. Nobody probably wouldn't have knew about Apple if nobody was buying Apple or talking about Apple. If they ain't talking, baby, you ain't popping. I'm just saying, I want you to talk about me. Whether you talking about it good or bad, it's gonna keep them thinking. Who they talking about? Because whether you talking about me good or bad, they gonna go search that name up. Okay, hello, whatever. I'm just a girl that's figuring it out, and I just hate people that try to make it seem like they got it all figured out. Nobody has it all figured out. There's people in their 40s who's just now figuring it out. Okay? The best thing for you to do is to start. Talking about it will not get you anywhere. It won't get you nowhere far at all. It just might sound like you playing in your ass. Honestly. To be so for real. Okay? So yes. I don't know if you guys really like my podcast, but is that my concern? No. Because when you really love something and you positive about what you want to do and you passionate about it, it's not about what they want, it's about what you want. The people that's for you will always come along. They always will tag along to you. They will find you. Just continue doing what you got to do as a person you are, whether you're a girl or a boy. Don't feel like you have to be like this person and that person. Like, I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. I stopped really watching people's stories. I stopped really going to people's pages and stuff like that if I feel like I don't have to, because I feel like I said, comparison is the enemy of joy. Stop comparing yourself. Why are you comparing yourself to somebody who has been in the game for 7 years and you just started last week? That don't make no sense. That's really you lying to yourself. Like, honestly, like, why would you do that? That's y'all don't even have the same level of consistency going on there. Not saying that you can't get to that level, but start small, you know? If you are a creator just started and doing things, start somewhere. Whether it's just recording little bits of videos every day so you can build up that confidence for you to do what you want to do daily. And it's no problem at all. Like, I don't have a script when I start these videos. I just talk. Maybe this is my calling. You never know what is meant for you until you start doing it, because I just feel like I said, we all figuring it out. Just got to start somewhere, because if you don't start nowhere, you never know. Something that you could start today can probably make you rich by next year. I never know how big this podcast can be, but I'm doing it for myself. This is Shy Speaks. This is something that I created. This is something that I really love to do. It's another hobby that I added onto my list of things that I do besides, the working out, the hair, the editing. And the best thing about it is I taught myself. I didn't have to pay anyone. I didn't have to spend no extra dough. I already spent my money on this equipment, all of that. You know what I'm saying? I'm really investing a lot of my money into the things that I love to do. And that's what it's all about. When you want to learn and create things for yourself without having to ask others, you have to spend. You have to bet on yourself. Spending money and putting stuff into stuff that you want to do is betting on yourself. Is you going to wake up every day and bet on yourself? Because I know I do. I wake up every day and I say, yeah, I'm that, I'm her, and I'm really going to do what I got to do. Regardless if anybody watches. Regardless if, I don't post for y'all. I post for me. I post for the community that's there and listening and alive and well. There's someone out here that loves to see me grow. They love to see me glow. And that's what it's all about. Like, I'm not here to make anyone feel like they're less of who they are, because you are whole of who you're supposed to be. As you should, mamas. As you should, king. Okay? I want you to always wake up and just know that you're the best thing that's ever. You the best thing since sliced bread, babe. You all that in that bag of chips, okay? And if nobody told you, you can do whatever you want. But that's my episode for today. This is Shy Speaks. This is my third episode. I'm glad you guys have been interacting. I'm glad you guys have been sharing my posts. The support is honestly unbelievable. It's helped me become more comfortable with, speaking out on things that I feel like I've never spoke on. And yeah, y'all support is always never unnoticed. And I'll see you guys on my next episode. Make sure that y'all do subscribe to this channel if this is your first time seeing this video. Follow me on Instagram, Cheyenne Dixon 2.0. And yeah, drop a comment, because we need the algorithm to get to talking. We need the algorithm to get to chatting. So yeah, love you guys
I
so
just
much.
came here to let y'all know